Good afternoon. Today, I would like to reaffirm my position that the death penalty should be banned in the United States. I want to preface I respect the points you made about public safety and justice for families. We should aim to find a solution that can provide both of these while ensuring true justice. First, you argued that heinous criminals like Ted Bundy or Jeffrey Dahmer don't deserve a normal life with TV and social interaction, and that execution is the only way to restore balance to the justice system. I agree that vile criminals shouldn't get off the hook with privileges as such, but I disagree saying the death penalty is the only solution for a balanced justice system. When we look closely at what a maximum security facility, it is far from allowing for a normal human life. Inmates are confined to concrete cells for up to 23 hours a day, with essentially no autonomy or freedom. True justice shouldn't copy what the criminal has done. If a criminal has raped someone, the state wouldn't punish by permitting the same thing be done to them. This is similar to you saying that the only way to bring justice to someone killing people is to kill them. Throughout history, it has become apparent that an eye for an eye is an outdated method for justice, and I'd argue that having someone confined to a cage for life is a more justifiable punishment. Second, I'll address deterrence. You said that society has used the death penalty to deter crime, and because humans have a natural fear of death, this will stop people from murdering. This is an appeal to tradition. Just because society historically used a punishment does not mean it's right, nor does it give good reason that we should continue to do so. The other argument is lacking because you are assuming that people committing capital crimes think the same way an average person does, calculating these. But this does not apply to people with severe psychiatric conditions, which is who we're talking about. You brought up Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer, who were both diagnosed psychopaths. Bundy was diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder and extreme narcissistic traits, and Dahmer had borderline personality disorder and schizotypal personality disorder. They are not the type to sit down and think, I better not do this, I might get executed. Psychological research shows that individuals with severe personality disorders do not weigh consequences and experience the natural fear of death the same way the average brain does. They make decisions under the delusion of invincibility, or are driven by compulsive urges or psychosis which overrides rational decision-making. The fear of the death penalty will not deter people like this. Furthermore, the 1973 Ehrlich study cited has been thoroughly reviewed and rejected by the National Academy of Sciences. It found that its methods were deeply flawed. Additionally, the states with the death penalty consistently have the highest murder rates and would show the opposite if the death penalty was a true deterrent. Part of this is because murderers do not expect to be caught, therefore this isn't a main consideration in pursuing the crime. Third, you said that prison is not feared because criminals can become institutionalized and they also will want to stay because they don't have to pay rent. Also, that prison guards are in danger with these people being alive. I disagree, because this misrepresents how maximum security prisons are run. Institutionalization typically applies to low-level, non-violent offenders, not capital murderers who are locked away for life. Those in prison for capital offense are not experiencing a carefree environment where they don't have to pay rent. Instead, they're placed in high-security facilities with barriers and very strict protocols, meaning almost every second of their day is monitored and controlled. These places are specifically designed to contain the most dangerous of people. Rigorous technology has made it so people don't need to be executed to provide safety. You said the risk of executing innocent people is hard to argue against. I agree with this. Your proposed solution is to not abolish the system, but instead to allocate massive amounts of government spending, possibly that from the military, towards reforming the justice system. I disagree with this solution because you cannot safely reform a system where the ultimate penalty is completely irreversible. Reallocating funds to improve the justice system is something that I agree with. This system will always be prone to human error, bias, and even falsified forensic data. Since we cannot guarantee 100% perfection, we cannot risk executing an innocent person. Therefore, it's inhumane to allow the continuation of such punishment. There must be retribution, yet the death penalty does not deter pathologically driven murderers, and it carries the permanent risk of executing an innocent person. If our society decides to abolish this violent punishment, it sends a powerful message that the government values human rights and refuses to mirror the violence that it condemns. Thank you.